Think about happy clouds, everybody. It's paint.
If you're not subscribed to us yet, we'd love to have you. Just click that little button right there. It's right there. It's so simple. Join our growing community. We'd love to have you. We're talking about paint now.
Coral, Nargle. Cut it. That tree is probably too tall. Brace yourself. You are going to get some calls about that.
This is the feature debut of writer-director Brit McAdams, and it's basically about Bob Ross. The premise of an idea here is, what if Bob Ross were not a benevolent and kind cultural force, but actually a womanizing and arrogant, megalomaniacal prick? What if, but in the packaging of like this soft rock listening, retro van driving, public broadcast television painter. It's a funny idea that doesn't really have very far to go. Like there's just nothing to it. It feels like a sketch that has been really, really stretched thin to feature length. It's about an hour and a half long, and it really drags once you get past that initial novelty of, oh, that's kind of a funny idea. Owen Wilson is very much committing seriously to the bit of, he takes himself very seriously and takes his work very seriously. And he's surrounded by this harem of women who work at the Burlington, Vermont public television station. And it's what happens when a young woman comes in named Ambrosia, who is young and beautiful and daring with her art, and makes him doubt everything he's been doing, all the complacency he's had. It's got a really good supporting cast: Stephen Root, Michaela Watkins, Wendi,
McLendon-Covey.
What did I say? Wendi.
McLendon-Covey.
McLendon-Covey. I just forget what order those names go in.
Ciara Renee plays Ambrosia, by the way.
And she's lovely and got this great screen presence. But again, there's nothing to her besides the fact that she's a lesbian and she makes really subversive art in a place where everything is gentle. So I'm disappointed by this. It was amusing in the beginning. I think I laughed out loud a few times at just some of the contradictions that are unexpected, but then it's just that one joke over and over again.
Yeah, this movie has very little in its paint box, if you will. It totally feels like this would have been a fun 5-minute SNL sketch that just meanders as a movie. They try to sort of basically the idea of if a man is giving you 70s visual exterior, then he's probably also giving you 70s sexism. And so they kind of try and make this sort of a Me Too movie at times, but then it isn't. And the thing is, you create this character who is kind of a cartoon, and then you were supposed to care about his feelings and his aesthetic drive. And it's like the movie just runs out of steam really quickly and can't quite nail the tone of this creature, this creation that they're clearly wanting to mock, but at the same time wanting to sort of unpack the soul of. I don't know. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. Yeah. And there's a whole subplot with him trying to get his artwork into the Burlington Museum. And that is a whole lot of wheel spinning. That goes nowhere. That's not interesting at all. And then once you get past the cheesiness of the wardrobe and the production design, I don't think it takes place exactly in the present day, but It also does not take place in the 70s.
Exactly.
So whatever time we're in, he's still got a rotary phone. He's still got the old, rickety van. Everything is still rust colored and mustard and, in his home and his wardrobe. He wears a lot
Western
of denim
shirts.
Yeah. Denim with patches with the little pearl buttons on them. And, and for him, it's not ironic. He's not dressing like a Silver Lake hipster. This is his actual clothing choice. There's a scene where he gets his hair cut, which is supposed to be a very transformative moment for him that just feels like a blip.
Can I please beg filmmakers to stop using John Denver for ironic counterpoint? We get it. You think John Denver sucks and it's funny to put it in a movie, but it's just been done to death. And frankly, he deserves better.
Yeah, those were solid songs. And so we're making fun of him for being retro and out of touch.
Ernest, I don't know. Yeah. And the song choices kind of got on my nerves because, like, I felt like the movie was making fun of all of them, and there's some really good ones in there. Southern Kisses in Your Room, whatever that song is really good, So I don't know. This movie I found really annoying really quickly, and then it just keeps going.
I also wanted more from Michaela Watkins' character, because when she does drama, there's unexpected choices that she makes that are really rooted in reality. Like she was in Brittany Runs a Marathon. She's the downstairs neighbor in that. And she's great in it. And it's such an unexpected turn for her coming from SNL to see her do more. And I wanted more for her character here.
And because Owen Wilson doesn't really have a character to play, the fact that her character is so besotted with him kind of undercuts what she's about. Like, are we meant to take her love for him seriously? Are we meant to take any of this seriously? The movie can't quite decide.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's not that good. I'm saying 4.
4.5. Yeah, it's, there are some interesting aesthetic choices along the way, but there's nothing about this script that makes me think, oh, I can't wait to see what this guy does next. But hopefully, he's got this out of his system. The next one will be better.
Paint is in theaters on Friday.